And we will start off with our scan of the body as usual, from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. As you take that scan of the body, noticing without any judgment how you're feeling this evening, what's going on in your body, where any places of tension are, or maybe you're a little bit sore like I am, or maybe you're a little bit tired, and that's okay. Just noticing that, understanding that as we get moving and giving yourself that little bit of space to allow for wherever you started from. As you complete that scan of the body and notice any points of tension, I invite you to take any initial range of motion that will feel good for you, whether it's that lateral stretch, a seated spinal twist, hands and knees, cat and cow, child's pose to cobra, maybe a standing range of motion, maybe it's just a hold and a stretch, maybe you find a forward fold. Whatever works for you. We've got about 6 or 8 nice deep breaths just to get started with. So finding that nice easy initial range of motion, or that thing that you know will feel good to start with this evening. Taking about 3 or 4 more nice deep breaths. And finishing out your range of motion, instead of seated this evening, we're going to start our couple of initial ranges from standing. So as you finish that second direction or find that inhale to come out of that stretch, we'll just start first couple of minutes. So not super long, but just changing it up a little bit, doing something a little bit different. So when you do finish out that range of motion, go ahead and bring it to standing, just a nice, easy standing pose. As always, feet can be wherever they're comfortable, whether it's under the hips, a little narrower, a little wider, whatever works for you. And we're going to start off with 3 nice deep breaths leading with those arms. So those inhales taking us out and up. When you get to the top, nice big stretch long away from center. Maybe you look up towards those fingertips. Maybe you find a little baby back bend. And then that exhale just brings those arms down and around. 2 more like that. That inhale takes us up. When you get to the top, nice big stretch long away from center. Maybe you bring those fingertips to interlace and press the palms up. Exhale brings us down around. On this last one, we'll take it into an easy forward fold on our exhale. So our inhale still takes us up. Nice big stretch long away from center. And then as you exhale, take it nice and slow. Take it nice and easy. Fingertips down towards the toes. Maybe one vertebrae at a time. Just go ahead and roll it down into that nice stretch, allowing your spine to round out and relax a little bit. Maybe you've got that gentle bend in those knees, wherever you need to be. And we'll take a couple of nice deep breaths here. You've got some options. If you're feeling a little bit of a head rush by being inverted for the first time today, maybe you take with your inhales a halfway lift and your exhales back into that fold. Maybe you find your ragdoll, opposite hand to opposite elbow, maybe that little bit of side to side range of motion. And while you're here, if it feels good, maybe you walk those feet just a little bit wider and find that stretch down the center as well. We'll take about 4 more nice deep breaths wherever you are, whatever range you're in. Maybe that gentle bend of those knees, allowing those exhales to take you a little bit deeper. 2 more nice deep breaths. And then with that following inhale, go ahead and roll it back up all the way to our extended mountain. So when you get to that long spine, go ahead and take those arms up overhead. We're going to catch that right wrist with that left hand and take it up over top. Nice little stretch, and I'm going to pull a little bit with my left hand on that wrist just to extend. If it feels good here, you can stay right here. If you'd like to take it up a notch, I'm going to take my right foot, step it around just slightly behind my left, and press my right hip out just kind of a little bit away from center. With that next inhale, we'll come back up to center. So back to that long spine, step that foot back around, switch hands, same thing other way. So nice big stretch to start with, nice little pull. If you feel good, if you feel stable, you can take that left foot, step it around behind, and press that left hip out just slightly. Our inhale takes us back up to center, uncrosses those legs. Our exhale circles the arms down and around. You can either press the palms towards each other behind the back or interlace those fingertips behind the back, open through the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Maybe press the chest a little bit forward and look a little bit up. And our exhale, go ahead and release. We're going to take it into our standing spinal twist. I'm going to take my feet right about shoulder width. We're letting that opposite heel release as we twist. So we're not bending the knee at a weird angle, but just a nice, easy side to side. Then you can find a little faster or slower. I like to find a little pulse in each direction, whatever kind of feels good. Maybe you add a little reach if the shoulder is a little sore. Relax, mine are. Nice. Go ahead and take 3 more nice deep breaths. When you finish that last one, just go ahead and bring it back to center, shake it out a little bit, and bring it to the back of your mat. Alrighty, we're gonna start with a couple of Pilates push-ups. Our Pilates push-ups are an inchworm down and out, 3 push-ups from the toes or the knees, back up to that plank, and we inchworm back in. We're gonna start with 4 of those. So I'm gonna start with a nice deep breath. My inhale takes us up, and our exhale brings us into that fold, fingertips towards the mat. From there, you're gonna go ahead, bend those knees as much as you need to, walk those hands out. We're in that nice high push-up plank position. From here, toes or knees, 3 push-ups in a row from the bottom. So pressing it down and back up. That exhale presses us up off the mat. When you finish that third, if you dropped those knees, bring them back up, and then inchworm it back in. I'm gonna go all the way up to the top and back down. However, if you know that standing up and coming back down is gonna make you dizzy, feel free to stay down. Inhale is gonna take me up. Exhale is gonna bring us down. Here's 2, same thing. Walk it out, 3 push-ups, walk it back in. If you're going a little faster or slower, feel free to take it at that pace that feels good for you. 4 sets of these total. So when you get back to the top, same thing. You can roll it up or stay down, and then go ahead and bring it out for 3 of 4. Fabulous. Same thing. And then finding that 4th. So final one, we're not going to walk it back in. So when you walk it out and finish that 4th push-up, I want you to go ahead and hang out in that plank position. So your 3 push-ups, our 4th set, as soon as you finish it, find that plank, high or low. Either way is fabulous. If one's going to bother you a little less. We're going to stay here for about 15 more seconds. So keep on breathing. If you need that little bit of relief, those knees can go down. We've got a long body here from the knees to the shoulders. Either way, 4, 3, 2. Go ahead and take your chaturanga all the way to the mat. So chest is going to meet when you hit the bottom. Let the tops of those feet meet. Extend those arms out. We're going to start off with our X lift from here. So just getting the back warmed up a little bit. Right arm and left leg. We're going to lift up off of the mat. We exhale to bring it back down. A couple times in each direction, alternating sides. So right arm and left leg, and then left arm and right leg. Couple times on each here. And this is always a great place to go to if a full Superman bothers your back. This is a little bit less intense because we're not moving in both directions. So just a note for later in this practice, but also for the future. We're here for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and just relax it down. We're going to take it up just a notch. We've got 2 more sets of these. The next one is going to be our full Superman with no movement at the top. So whenever you're ready here, let's get it going. We're lifting up in both directions. I want you to find just a one count hold. So a little bit of a hold at the top, and then exhale to lower down. So a couple times here, making sure we're not just hitting the top and coming back down. If you need that timing, maybe it's a 1 Mississippi and then back down. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower it down. Nice. 3rd and final. To take it up 1 extra notch, we're just going to add that lat pull. So a little bit extra. As always, you can stay in that X lift or that Superman, but when you're ready, we're going to lift up. When you hit the top, elbows come in towards that lat pull down range of motion, back out and down. A couple times there, just like that. Nice. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, we're going to keep working down the spine, this time with a side plank. So I'm going to roll towards you guys. Feel free to roll whichever side you would like to start with. We're going to hit both. So if there's one that's better or worse or wherever you'd like to be, feel free to find it. I'm going to start from my elbow, right underneath that shoulder, and we've got a couple options for those legs. First option, keeps that bottom knee down. Second option, we're right here. Third option, top leg is high. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Choose that one that works for you. For a little bit more core engagement, maybe that arm is up or on that hip. For a little more stability, maybe that hand is down right in front. Maybe it's just down by your side. Like I said, maybe we've got that top leg lift for that little extra challenge. We're here for just another 10 seconds. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Nicely done. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and just gently set those hips down. We're not switching quite yet. We've got one more movement on this side. All right, so we're not hitting that side plank hip dip, but we're going to hit another version of our hip dip. So I'm going to start with that knee down, and I'm up on my wrist this time. I'm going to come down and then press back up. When I hit the top leg is going to lift and then lower back down. So 2 ranges of motion, and I'm only on the wrist to give me a little bit more space to move. If it hurts, feel free to take this from the elbow. When you're ready, let's get going. So hips come down, lift back up, top leg lifts, and then back down. So a little bit of hip, a little bit of core. Keep it moving right like that. Nice. We've got about 15 more seconds here. Keep breathing. Looking good, looking good. Fabulous. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Go ahead and relax it down. Maybe give those shoulders a roll. We're switching sides. Same thing, other side. Whew. All right, so same thing. We're going to start with that side plank for a little bit here. We'll take a little break to readjust, and then we'll take it to that other side, hip dip and leg lift. Same options for your side plank. We're getting going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Choose that option that works best for you. Again, bottom knee can be down, top leg can be lifted. Maybe just both legs are long and on the ground. Excellent, excellent. Keep breathing here. Nice. Alrighty, looking good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Go ahead, lower it down. Take that break. Whew. Make that small adjustment. So again, bottom knee comes in. We're coming up to that wrist. When you're ready, let's hit that second range of motion. So top arm lifts. Once again, we've got that hip, lower, lift, top leg lift, lower. Keeping it moving right like that, couple reps here. Excellent. Keep breathing, keep going. Got about 10 seconds left here. Good work, good work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. We're going to give those arms, those shoulders a little break. Bring it over to our back. Brief intermission. I'm going to grab a sip. Feel free to grab a sip. Take a roll of the shoulders, a roll of the wrists, whatever you need to do. And then we will do a little bit more concentrated core front before we switch to a little flow and stretch to finish us out. I'm still analyzing how the lighting in the new place is going to work. I've got big windows over there, but winter is coming and the sun is going to start to go down earlier, and it's gloomy outside today, so we'll see what happens. Oh man. All right, we're going to bring it onto our backs for a little bit more concentrated core front. We're going to start nice and easy with a crunch. So whenever you're ready, feet up or feet down, either option is fabulous. Fingertips behind the head or up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, go ahead and get going. Lift those head and shoulders. and then bring it back down. Couple of crunches here. That exhale takes us up. And then nice and easy, bringing it back down. We've got about 15 more seconds in this. Fabulous. Nicely done. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, plant the feet if they aren't already there. Fingertips towards the heels. Lift the head and shoulders, penguin, side to side. Fingertips towards those heels, side to side. One plane of motion, so we're not coming up and back down. Just moving left to right, hitting those obliques. Excellent, excellent. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the spine back to center and then lower down. Pull those knees into the chest. Fabulous. Let's hit our lower core a little bit next. We're going to start with our single leg stretch. Right knee stays pulled in. Left leg goes out long. As always, lower is harder, higher is easier. Lift the head and shoulders for more of a challenge. Right leg goes out long to meet the left. For even more of a challenge, you can take the arms up overhead, and then left leg comes in. So go ahead and start there, alternating sides. If you want a little less challenge, just keep those hands down by those hips. Keeping it moving. Don't forget to breathe. Sometimes I do because I talk so much during these classes. Nice. Fabulous, fabulous. We're here for another 10. Keep breathing, keep breathing. You guys got this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Take that little break. Wherever you need to be, whatever relaxation position feels good. Maybe it's those knees in, rock side to side. Maybe feet planted, knees windshield wiper. Awesome. Go ahead and bend those knees, plant those feet. Little core front break. Let's take it to our posterior chain. Lift those hips up, glute bridge. Now, while you're in this, think about that activation pattern. So we're pressing down through the bottoms of the feet. We're getting those feet, those calves, those quads, those glutes, those hamstrings activated. Not only that, but we're pulling our core in, belly button towards the spine. Nice active core. Activate the lower back as well. And then go ahead and plant those palms and press them down to get the arms, the shoulders activated. Maybe the back of the head presses into the floor for a little bit of neck activation. Working on that posture. Getting those muscles ready. Fabulous. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring it down. Bring it down. Relax it just a moment. Just a moment. We're going to go back into it. Nice. We're taking those hips back up in 3, 2, 1. Let's take them up. Same activation pattern. So pause there. Think about all of those muscles that I just talked through, especially the core, the glutes, the hamstrings in this one. Press those palms down. Now, you can stay right here, or you can opt to take it up a notch by marching those knees in. Alternate sides. Keep those hips nice and even. So that forces that core activation. Because if you don't have it ready to go, you're going to start to move those hips side to side as you change your weight. We're here for 10 more seconds. Stick with me. Stick with me. Nice. You guys are doing great. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and easy. Go ahead and lower it down. Pull those knees up to our 90 degrees. Take those arms out into a T. Let both knees come down to one side. Look over that opposite shoulder. Let's take it to that second side. Pull those knees up through center. Same thing other way. Pull those knees up to center. Take those legs long towards the ceiling. Arms out at our sides or under those hips for more support. Let's take it to our double leg lower lift. Feet come down through their range of motion and back up. As always, the lower back does not need to be flush with the floor for this whole range of motion, but it shouldn't be moving up more as you lower those legs. So when you start to hit that point where the lower back is starting to come off the ground more than it was at its neutral, I want you to think about stopping right there. Keep the lower back nice and safe. Way to work, you guys, looking good. We're almost through this core portion. We're almost there. Stick with me. Couple more moments. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Go ahead and take your recovery position wherever you need to be. Fabulous. We're going to finish off with a little bit of oblique work with our bicycle or our crisscross. Knees start at that 90 degrees. Fingertips come behind those ears. Take this one, as always, nice and slow and controlled. Opposite elbow comes up towards the knee. Knee doesn't come in. And then that same side leg comes down towards the floor. Let's keep it moving side to side. Nice and controlled, right like that. So nothing crazy. The lower and longer you get that long leg, the more challenging this one's going to be. And try and lift that shoulder blade up off of the mat. Nice. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Nicely done. Brief on that recovery position, and then choose any range of motion that you'd like to make your transition. We're coming over and meeting either in our Sphinx, our baby cobra, or our cobra. So take your time, grab a sip if you need it, make your way over. When you're ready, hit that baby cobra, or that Sphinx has those elbows down and the chest peeled up in the same way. We're going to finish off with a little flow and stretch to keep our heart rates up for a couple moments, and then stretch it out to finish us out. Whew. All right, so making your way over here, maybe that little lift of the chin, maybe you're a little lower if this is still a little intense. From here, let's go ahead and take it to our downward facing dog. So go ahead and activate the core, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back. When you get there, we'll take a moment, so feel free to pedal out those heels. Maybe shake the head nice and slow, yes or no. Bring in the ears between the biceps. Excellent. We're going to take this into our low lunge, right foot, 3-legged dog. Press it up and back. Bend the left knee, sweep the right leg forward, plant it down when you get it there. Make sure ankle is underneath, and then go ahead and set that left knee down. Top of that left foot meets. We're going to flow back to front 3 times. So I want you to go ahead and exhale, press those hips back, lift those front toes, lengthen that front leg. Inhale presses us forward into that low lunge. Nice. Twice more like that. Go ahead and take it back, hamstring stretch. And forward into that low lunge. One more time, same thing, press it back, hamstrings. And press it forward, low lunge. Excellent. Little pause here. If you like this low lunge right here, you can opt to bring it down to the elbows. You can opt to put a little pressure on the inside of that right knee for a little bit of a groin stretch, or you can opt to take that torso up tall, turn those hips under and press them forward. That little bit different of a stretch. Got 2 breaths wherever you'd like this low lunge to be. Excellent. Then we're going to take it up to our crescent lunge. So curling that left toe under, lifting that left knee, finding your balance, bringing those arms up to overhead. Nice. And that crescent, looking good, looking good. We're going to counter twist it. So right knee is forward, left arm is going to come forward, right arm is going to come back. So I'm twisting towards my right leg, bringing the palms together. And then we're hinging forward at the hips to bring the left elbow down towards the right knee. So our spinal twist here. Nice. We're going to come back up through that. So lengthen the torso. When you get to the top, lengthen the arms. Let's cartwheel it down. Left hand, right leg, 3-legged dog. Press it up and back. We're going to take it through our low flow back to our cobra or baby cobra. You can keep that foot up until you hit that cobra if you'd like. Either way, we're shifting those shoulders over those wrists, toes or knees, chaturanga, and then both feet are planted when we come to our cobra or baby cobra. Nice, let's hit that second side. Turn those toes under, activate the core, press the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, left leg this time. Press it up. Bend the right knee, low lunge. Sweep that left leg forward. Plant that right knee, top of that right foot meets. You've got those 3 back to front flows. So press those hips back. Lengthen that front leg, lift that front toe. Hinging forward at those hips. Nice, let's take it forward. Twice more, just like that. Pressing it back. And forward. And one more time like that. Press it back. And forward. Once again, we'll have that little pause in this low lunge. So you can bring it down to the elbows if you've got that range. You can put that little bit of pressure on the inside of the left knee. You can bring that torso tall, turn those hips under, and press them a little bit forward. Take the option that works, that feels good, especially on that right hip flexor. Nice. Let's take it to our crescent, curling that right toe under, lifting that right knee, find your core, find your balance, sweep the arms up. Nice. Left knee is forward, so we're going to counter twist by bringing that right arm forward and that left arm backwards. Go ahead and bring those palms together and then send that right elbow towards that left knee. Spinal twist. And then go ahead and take it back out of that. So bringing it back up, long spine, and then long arms. And then let's cartwheel it down. Right hand, left leg, 3-legged dog. Low flow brings us through to that cobra or baby cobra. Foot up or foot down, chaturanga either way. Toes or knees, and then press it up for that side body stretch. Excellent. Let's take it over to our downward facing dog. Activate the core. Turn the toes under. Press the hips up and back. Fabulous. Let's take it into our half pigeon. Right foot, 3-legged dog. Bend the left knee. Sweep the right leg under until that shin is underneath those hips. Bring it down to the mat. Top of that left foot meets. Got a little pause here. You can stay on those palms. You can bring it on down, or you can find that quad stretch with that left toe up towards the left set of toes up towards the ceiling. Left arm reaches around to grab. As always, choosing the option that is good for you. 2 more nice deep breaths here. Awesome. If you found that quad stretch, go ahead and release those toes back down. If you found those elbows, go ahead and bring it back up to those palms. We're going to bring it over for a mermaid stretch side to side. So I'm going to send my right hip down to the mat. I'm just going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to have that right leg in front, and I'm just going to bring that left leg up next to me. So I'm kind of, you can see like a 90-90. It's a little bit different of an angle there, but one knee should be technically a 90, and so should the other. We're going to go down to that easier side first. So I'm going to go down to my right. I believe it looks like the left, but you're also going to go down to your right. So that empty side, right hand, right elbow, left arm comes up over top for that nice big stretch. And then we're going to come up through center. So I want you to use that core, that exhale to press it up, nice long spine. And then that left hand comes down, that right arm comes up over top. So this is a little bit less of a range of motion, a little bit more intensive a stretch. You should think about pressing that right hip into the mat as those right fingertips lift. Nice. Inhale brings us up to center. And then go ahead and bring those arms down. We're going to do our cow facing pose for a little stretch, and then we'll switch sides to finish this out. So my left foot is going to circle around, and then I'm going to step it over my right knee. So my right knee is still in front, same way that we had it. If you can't quite step it around, just keep it on the inside of that knee. If you can step it around, go ahead and find that. And then I'm just going to tuck my right foot in a little bit closer because that's more comfortable for me. Choose the option of this that works best for you. So my left knee, again, I look backwards, bear with me. My left knee is in front, is up tall. I'm going to take my right arm up, turn my shoulders to the left, and then bring it around to the outside. And then you can choose to either bring your left hand around behind the back, or you can press the palms together and the elbows together to put a little bit more pressure onto that knee for a little bit deeper of a twist. Excellent. Let's take it into a counter twist. So releasing that elbow and then just changing sides. And I am once again going to take my left elbow to the inside of my left knee, and you can choose your option on this side as well. And then nice and easy, go ahead and release that. All right, I'm going to come back around to eventually my half pigeon so we can switch sides through our downward facing dog. So my left leg is going to uncross. I'm leaning to that right side, and I'm bringing it back around. Once again, I just need to turn sideways so I'm facing the short edge of my mat. We're back in that half pigeon, three-legged dog, and then we'll switch. So curl the left toe under, send that right foot up, little stretch. Send it down next to the left, and then we're switching sides. The left leg, three-legged dog. Sweep it under for that half pigeon. Shin meets the mat, top of that foot meets the mat. And then we've got a couple of breaths here. So again, you can find that quad stretch. You can keep it low wherever you need to be for this half pigeon. Maybe this side's a little different than the other. That's okay. 2 more nice deep breaths in that half pigeon. If you found that quad stretch nice and easy, go ahead and release those right toes. If you found those elbows, go ahead and bring it up to those palms. We've got our mermaid, our 90-90. So sending that left hip down this time, bringing that right leg up towards our side. So left leg is still in front. Again, technically at that 90 degrees, but I feel a little more comfortable with a little closer. Same thing with the right to our side. We're going down to the left this time. So towards that empty side again. Left hand, maybe that left elbow, reach up over top with the right. Fabulous. Let's take it through center. Same thing, other side. Right hand comes down. Left arm lifts as we press the left hip down into the mat. Excellent. Inhale takes us up to center. Exhale circles the arms down. And then our cow facing. So circling that right leg around. Again, if you can't quite step it all the way over that knee, feel free to keep it on the same side. My right knee is tall, so I'm going to start with my left arm up towards the ceiling. Shoulders face towards that right side, and then you open up. You can keep the elbow on the outside. You can bring that right hand around behind. You can press those palms together and open the elbows to deepen that twist. And let's take it to our counter twist. Same thing, other direction. So that right elbow comes to the inside of that right knee. Left hand can be around behind or palms together. And our exhale, go ahead and release that spine back to center. Rather than coming all the way around, we're already in our comfortable seated position. So I'm going to uncross that leg and then just readjust a little bit. So I'm back to my comfortable seat. We've got, perfect, 2 minutes left. Okay. So start with a nice deep inhale, leading with those arms, taking them out and up. When you get nice and long away from center, let's take one lateral stretch in each direction. Right hand comes down, left arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch. Inhale brings us up to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale brings us up to center. One spinal twist in each direction. One arm comes forward, other arm goes back, opening up towards that first side. Inhale brings us up through center. Exhale, second side. Inhale brings us up to center. Exhale releases the arms down. 3 shoulder rolls in each direction, up towards the ears, down into the front or back. When you finish that third, switch directions. And then relax those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. We're going to finish off with just one nice deep breath. That inhale takes those arms out and up. Palms meet right up overhead, and that exhale pulls us down to heart centered. Thank you so much for joining me this Wednesday evening. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. The light in me honors the light in you, bowing as we say, namaste. Alrighty, you guys. Thanks.